Hey, what's up, filmmakers? My name is Marina Bruno, and welcome to Wondering Pictures. For those of you who don't know, I make films, and Wondering Pictures is the name of my production company. I write, direct, produce, and edit a ton of short films, which you could watch all on this YouTube channel right here. Please subscribe if you're into filmmaking, creative writing, or if you just enjoy checking out short films. This right here is the Wondering Pictures online film course, where I share some of my own personal tips and techniques for screenwriting, filmmaking, all based on my own personal filmmaking experience. So today we're going to discuss exactly how to format a screenplay. So a screenplay format is a lot different than that of a novel or a short story. Since a screenplay is written for the screen, aka the script itself is a means to an end and not the actual final product in itself, it should therefore be structured in a way that should very simply convey visually what's going on in the simplest and clearest way. The simpler and more clear at explaining or describing the scene, character, props, location, etc., the better. This is because the screenplay is going to be in the hands of every single department on a film set. So the producer, who's possibly going to be funding your film, the director, who's going to bring the story to life. So therefore, everyone needs to have the clearest picture in their mind of what the end result of the final picture should look like. So I wanted to take a moment to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 25,000 classes in creative writing, storytelling, and even screenplay writing. It's basically like film school, but it's online. Plus you have a lot more freedom because you can pick from a very wide variety of different classes, watch them whenever you want, and each class is literally specific to exactly what you want to learn about. I know I'm always eager to learn more every single day, and if you're looking to expand your mind and you'd like to invest in your personal education, and if you think this will be of value and you'll find lots of useful benefits in learning, then I definitely recommend signing up. The premium membership gives you unlimited access, so you can join the classes and communities that are just right for you and your career or artistic goals and ambitions. I personally love how they have so many different courses for different and unique niches. It's kind of like the YouTube for online courses. Skillshare is also super affordable. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Join more than 7 million creators on Skillshare. The first 500 of you guys to sign up will get 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. Check out the link in my description to sign up now. Alright, back to the video. So how exactly do you format a screenplay? What is the language of screenwriting? I'm going to break this down for you guys. Once you learn the basic format, the rest will just be a matter of the actual content of the story. So each scene is divided by a scene heading, which is the all caps title on the top. This line explains the location that the scene is taking place in and what time of the day it is. It should start with either interior or exterior. So interior meaning that the location is somewhere inside, and exterior meaning it's somewhere outside. Preceding that is the actual place. So it can be interior room or exterior park. Then after that comes the time of day. So interior office morning or exterior park dusk. Again, very basic, clear, and simple. After that, you have your action, which is the majority of what the screenplay is going to consist of. Action is literally the paragraph describing what's going on in your story. So the scene can start with the scene heading interior, bedroom, day, then followed by the action, which is literally just describing what's going on. So, for example, Sally, a 16-year-old nerdy-looking girl, walks into her room with headphones in her ears, jamming out. She closes the door, grabs a book, and jumps on the bed. She begins to read. Easy, right? Then when you want your character to talk, you put the character's name in caps. Then under it you can add what is known as parentheticals, which is sometimes added to describe the demeanor of how your character is going to deliver the line. If your character is off screen, so like if we were to just like hear their voice coming from another room or something, you would add in parentheses beside the name OS, which means off screen. And if it's a voiceover, you would put VO for voiceover. Lots of script writing programs are designed to do this automatically, so you don't have to worry about formatting everything on a Word document. An awesome free script writing program is Celtic. I used to use that when I first started, but then a really good program is Movie Magic Screenwriter, which is the one that I use right now, and it's like probably the most popular one. Lastly, we have the lines of what your character is actually saying. So this is the dialogue. So it'll look something like this. Sally, excited. Man, I love this book. You can have a movie with mostly dialogue or a movie with all action and no dialogue, but as you can see, the structure for writing is very simple and clear. This is because all the detail, so the full story, isn't just in the writing. It's going to be portrayed on screen. The screenplay is like the basic starting point where the cinematography, acting, directing, production design, music, etc. then emerges from. It's the base point of everything in the film. Therefore, it needs to translate as clear as possible to everyone. Side note, a screenplay is not the same thing as a shooting script or a storyboard. That is a completely different thing that comes after the screenplay, which contains even more detail and clarity as to what the final picture should look like. The storyboard is especially important for people like the cinematographer and the director. If you guys want, I can do another video on elaborating more on how to go from script to storyboard, but for today, we'll stick to the screenplay structure itself. Also, one thing to keep in mind is that usually 1 page of the screenplay equals 1 minute of screen time. So a 2-hour film is usually a 120-page script, and a 10-minute short film is usually around a 10-page script. Now let's get into the actual structure and go over how the story can actually translate into the screenplay itself. A screenplay is a story typically formatted in a 3-act structure, each act divided by a plot point. A plot point is a sudden 180-degree flip in the story when something happens that changes the main character's course. Almost like a sudden bump in the road, a twist of events, a curveball that totally throws your character off track, giving them no choice but to force themselves into taking action. So usually the action is the process of solving a problem, because a plot point is usually a problem that occurs. Problems are awesome in scripts because this is what propels the movie forward. You can think of this in life too. Anytime there's pressure, we're literally forced to evolve, change, solve, and grow. If there was no conflict, there would be no driving force, and there would be literally no movement. It's what forces us into finding a better solution, and this goes for stories. The basic essence of every story is finding a solution. We're all searching for something. We constantly seek the best. So when there is something less than good, we avoid it. And avoiding a conflict is the movement of us solving, figuring out, and therefore evolving towards a solution, which is typically what's best. The best is basically this objective truth outside of our opinions, because what feels right, aka what's best for your character, is not an opinion but a basic natural need, a yearning. And that which is best is what's good. That also proves how conflict is the force that moves us because it repels us. And movement is growth, and growth is exactly what a story is. So how long should each act be? What is the perfect format for a screenplay? For a feature, Act 1 is typically around 15 pages long. Act 2, which is the main bulk of the story, is usually 60 pages long. And then lastly, Act 3 is another 15 pages. My favorite book for writing screenplays, and the one that I learned everything from, is the Syd Field book called Screenwriting. I recommend this book in all of my videos because it's the best, most basic and clear book for explaining exactly the screenplay structure and how to write. When I was about 16 years old, my dad gave me his old copy of this book that he bought in Los Angeles back when he visited. I literally read it once, and right after I made my first short film, which is called Run. And the screenplay for that short film, even though it's a short film, the structure of it was very much like a feature script. So the way it was structured out, so it was like Act 1, plot point, Act 2, and then plot point, and then the ending. If you want to check out Run, check it out. Let me know what you think about my first short film. So what Syd Field describes in this book is the paradigm. His paradigm is literally the perfect skeleton for a screenplay. It shows Act 1, which is the setup of your story, telling your audience everything about your main character, who they are, what their dream is. After Act 1, you have your first plot point, which is like a hiccup in the story, a turn of events that throws your main character into a whole new, unexpected journey. This then brings you to Act 2, which is usually the longest part of the movie. And then after Act 2, there's another plot point, which then again throws your character off track, and then which brings them to Act 3, which is the final completion of the mission, solving all the problems until the finale, which can either be a victory or a tragedy, depending on what you want. Usually audiences prefer victories, but of course it is up to y'all. So let's end this episode with an Instagram question from you guys. Dalvia Ways asks, what is the difference between script and screenplay? There is no difference. They're the same thing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If there's something I didn't cover in this video that you would like me to elaborate on in a future video, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe for Wondering Pictures for new film course videos every week, and to check out my short films. Follow me on Instagram for raw behind the scenes every day and for other kind of content I create. And if you want to support this channel and become a producer for these short films, you can become a Patreon on Patreon. You can contribute via Patreon. Also, be sure to check out the Wondering Pictures clothing store, where you can get a shirt that represents who you are and what you do. These shirts are basically magical, so whenever you wear them, you will inevitably become the best version of whatever it is that your shirt is, and you will become unstoppable at what you create while wearing it, because it will inspire and ignite the motivation and drive and passion that is already within you. Like, you can't wear a director's shirt and not make movies. Like, once you put the shirt on, you have to take action and go make a movie. Also, if you get one of these shirts, it really helps support my channel and my short films. I put a lot of work into these videos and all the content that I create, so this is a really big help. So yeah, be sure to check it out and get a shirt. They also make really great gifts if you have like a filmmaker friend, and they have like really funny sayings on them too, so yeah, check it out if you want to. Also, if you want more of me, you can check out my second channel where I post vlogs and personal type videos. Alright, filmmakers, check you later.